How relevant in today's context, in today's world, do you think our youngsters should know about this? Because you talked about something very important, an identity. Do you think our youngsters have lost their identity?
It has lost, they lost their identity, number one, with the language. The main language which I'm talking about, it's not Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Hindi, it's not about that. We lost the identity of a language called Sanskrit. So Sanskrit is a language people used to learn from their childhood. It is the language that they have to learn. But apparently nowadays, you might have seen that many political parties, many things, they said that, okay, you should not learn those things. Why? Because they try to brush it under the carpet that Sanskrit is not a language. It loses your own mother tongue, or you lose your identity. No, we are losing the identity because we are not learning that. Unfortunately, many people doesn't know that. And that is the only common language. And it is so refined language. And it is being used across the world. And nowadays in the social media, now people are realizing, knowing, only certain people know about that. And even they are not interested. Some people doesn't know. But like Germans are trying to have their own Sanskrit university.
Yes.
So all these things happening. So they actually know the importance of that language. If he doesn't know that language, what will happen is we lose the identity, number one, and we will be in a very closed
mentality.
Closed mentality. And the third thing is the other person, they will actually rule you basically, because you doesn't know anything about it, and somebody tries to impose their thought process into your mind because you don't know that. Unless and until you are strong in the basics of your culture, your dharma, obviously the other person, if it is very blank, I mean, they don't know anything, they try to put a lot of wrong thoughts about it, and apparently they do not know how to advocate their own dharma to them. Obviously they lose it. They will lose the argument. So then and there, they will feel ashamed of it, and they feel so embarrassed about it, and they think that, okay, our dharma is it doesn't make any sense. So that's why many people are actually adopting other religions. So that is what is happening nowadays.
You're right. I agree absolutely. Because if you don't stand for anything, if you don't know who you are, what you are, if you're not familiar with your own identity, then you don't stand for yourself. You don't stand for you. So
yes.
When you don't stand for you, then you fall for everything else.
Correct.
I think that's what is happening. And I agree with every word, Sri Rama, what you have been speaking about right now. I would like to extend this particular thought process a little further. How do you think we should go about it, educating our youngsters to consider our dharma, our religion, rather let's call it our dharma, because that makes better sense. Our dharma as something which is supposed to be a part of our system, to be an important element in their life, because they think it's very cool to not follow, to put it down, because we see enough number of jokes on the internet, and so many comedians also making fun of any number of gods and goddesses, and we are unable to counteract with anything. But and our youngsters think it is cool to do that way, because that is why these comedians are thriving, because now it's a different scenario altogether. But that is how our youngsters feel, because I've spoken to a number of them, and they feel it's very cool to put down our own community, our own dharma. How
yes.
do we get them back on the track?
So the first thing, a basic or the very simplest way to bring everyone on track the first and foremost is the one that they have to talk in their mother tongue in their houses. That is the first thing. That's a basic thing. And I would give the responsibility, the main responsibility, only to mothers. Only mother can do that. Because I will tell you a very classical example, which I have actually one of my Guruji, he gave the same, he gave that particular story about if one person or one child thinks that, okay, his thought process is all depends upon her mother from the child. Till he grows up, or even if he becomes 60 years old also, he actually sees his or her mother, what is her mother or his mother is telling him or her. Whatever good or bad, if the mother says that this is what we have to do, you have to do this way, then that child does it. I will give you two classical examples just to give the context behind it, why I'm telling this. Chhatrapati Shivaji. Chhatrapati Shivaji, the main mentor, guide, guru is his mother. When he actually fought the battle, he won against Muslims in many battles or many wars.
Against the Mughal army and the Mughal.
Yes, he has won. But when any Mughals or Muslim leaders' wives are been captured, or the soldier wives have been captured, he actually gives them with the respect. He used to send them back with the what do we say, the palakas, I guess that's the word that they use. He so respectfully, he didn't even touch anybody.
Because it is not given in our dharma to treat the women.
Yes, and he has given such a why those things are happened. That is because her mother told, you always need to respect the ladies, respect the girls, women. You do your dharma in terms of what do we say, in safeguarding your religion or your dharma.
மறக்காம நம்ம சேனலை லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க, நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன் பெல்ல கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க.